Welcome to the Valley for live coverage of this Adobe Women's FA Cup quarter-final tie between WSL2 promotion chasers Charlton Athletic and WSL side Liverpool, who've been revitalised in recent weeks.
Charlton Athletic lift the cup. Adobe is there, and she scored.
Lockwood, what a super goal.
Very strong to strike, that's a magnificent goal.
Bissell, it's 10-0.
Beata Olsen, and it's 2-0.
Well, what an opportunity for Charlton Athletic to reach the semis then. They might well be grateful for a change of pace today. They were leading the title race in WSL2 until recently, but a dip in form has put their promotion hopes in jeopardy. They can forget about that this afternoon, though, as they look to cause an upset and book a place in the Final Four. The Addicts, one of two sides from outside the top flight, still standing in this season's competition. Couple of players to mark your card for. Amelie Thestrup been in good form in this competition so far. Today she faces her old club with a point to prove, having had a disappointing and brief spell as a Liverpool player. And Lucy Fitzgerald got the goal that booked Charlton's place in the quarter-finals. It came from the penalty spot. She might be required to take another today if we go the distance. Well, they have a history in this competition. The Addicts, winners 3 times, albeit not for more than 20 years. Along with Birmingham, they are the outsiders of the remaining sides to go all the way, with most of the WSL's heavy hitters still in the competition. But opportunity knocks this afternoon, and they'll hope to make the most of home advantage. They'll be glad to be back in front of their own supporters too after back-to-back defeats on the road. Well, Liverpool look doomed to finish bottom of the WSL in the first half of the season, but the winter break and some excellent transfer business has revitalised their campaign, meaning the pressure is off today and they can go all out to reach the semis for the second season in succession. After a comfortable win against London Bees in round 4, they knocked out fierce rivals Everton in round 5 to book their place in the last 8 of this season's FA Cup. Been a great few weeks for Fuka Nagano, hoping to win her second trophy of the season. The midfielder was a key part of Japan's success in last month's Asian Cup, starting the final win against Australia. Mia Enderby has been one of the success stories for Liverpool this term, particularly in the FA Cup. She scored in both rounds so far. Well, somewhat surprisingly, Liverpool have never lifted the FA Cup. Their manager has, so perhaps Gareth Taylor's experience of success in this competition can be used to his side's advantage. They come into today's game on a high after their derby win against Everton at Goodison Park last weekend. That means they're unbeaten in their last 4. They've won 3 of those, a run that looked a distant hope when they were hammered 9-1 by Chelsea in the final game before the winter break. Charlton Athletic versus Liverpool for a place in the semi-finals of the Adobe Women's FA Cup then. The 3 times winners against last season's semi-finalists. Beautiful day for it as well in southeast London. Expecting a record crowd for a women's game at the Valley for this one. Who knows, this might be a top flight fixture next term. Well, Gareth Taylor has tasted success and failure in this competition. Won it with Manchester City in 2020 in the behind closed doors final against Everton at Wembley, and he was a runner-up 2 years later, and they lost after extra time to Chelsea. This is the 12th meeting of the 2 sides. The first was back in 2001. They have met in this competition before. Both teams have won 4 meetings each. So a semi-final place in this season's Adobe Women's FA Cup up for grabs then. 3 times winners against last season's semi-finalists. One side going for promotion to the top flight. The other have enjoyed a significant upturn in their fortunes since the turn of the year. Liverpool have never lifted this trophy before, so there's potential for the class of 2026 to become history makers. The hosts are hoping to provide one of the biggest upsets of this season's competition. The pair met in the 5th round back in 2011. That day, Liverpool ran out comfortable 5-0 winners. We're expecting a much closer contest this time around, with extra time and penalties a possibility. Well, Charlton have stumbled of late as they seek promotion to the top flight. The Addicts come into this afternoon's contest having lost 3 of their last 4 matches. By contrast, Liverpool arrive in buoyant mood after winning the Merseyside derby at Goodison Park last week. That despite finishing the game with 10 players, that result means they're within touching distance of securing safety in the league. So full focus on the FA Cup then for both Charlton Athletic and Liverpool. Which side will book their place in the semi-finals? Wembley getting closer and closer as the competition progresses. Charlton looking to repeat the feat of teams of yore. Liverpool wanting to create their own piece of history. Given how their respective seasons are going, you would expect it to be a pretty even match-up today. Contrasting 3-2 results for the pair last weekend. Both have had thumping great wins in this season's competition already. Well, Karen Hills shuffles her pack today with the starting 11 showing 4 changes from that beaten at Crystal Palace in the league a week ago. In come Gracie Pearce, Karen Muir, Gloria Sieber and Lucia Lobato, replacing Mason and McAteer, who dropped to the bench, and Hutton and Skeels, who are unavailable. Gareth Taylor also makes alterations, 5 of them in total from the side that started at Everton. Grace Fisk is suspended after her red last week. Kerry Holland misses out through injury, with Shamuzu, Olsen and Bernabe dropping to the bench. Evans, O'Sullivan, Woodham, Bergstrom and Chillag come in. Well, so far for Charlton, like all WSL2 clubs, they entered in round 3. They beat Watford 3-2 here. They came from a goal down to do that. Much more straightforward, to put it mildly, in round 4. They hammered Swindon 10-0 here. Just the one goal did the job against Oxford United in round 5, and that was a late-ish penalty that put their place in the final 8 of this season's competition. Liverpool, like all WSL clubs, entered in round 4. They put 6 past London Bees at that stage. They beat Everton 2-1 in round 5. Were 2-0 up in that game. So a couple of recent victories against their biggest rivals to enjoy. Charlton currently second in WSL2 on goal difference behind Birmingham. Both got 41 points from 20 games. Top 2 promoted to the WSL. Liverpool 10th in that division, but 8 points above the bottom side, Leicester. So there's really no need for them to do anything but focus on this afternoon's game. There's Karen Hills, Charlton royalty, played over 150 games for the club as a player, voted as the first member of Charlton's Women's Hall of Fame, and she was part of the side which lifted this trophy in 2005. Gareth Taylor knows exactly what it takes to get it done in this competition. Now then, this weekend Liverpool begin its tributes to the 97 supporters who lost their lives in the Hillsborough tragedy ahead of the 37th anniversary later this month. As such, we'll observe a period of silence ahead of kick-off here.
The period of silence will start and end on the referee's whistle. Thank you.
As you would expect. And now we are just about ready to get underway. Referee is Megan Wilson. These two did meet back in this competition in 2011. Liverpool won 5-0 in the 5th round on that day. They won't be expecting to have it quite so easy today, I don't think. But how much is Charlton's recent dip in form going to affect them here today? Sophie Whitehouse leading the huddle. She seems up for it. But it's a step up in the quality of opposition that they've faced so far in the competition, no doubt about that. Liverpool, of course, start as favourites as the top flight side. How many times have we seen upsets in this great competition? We might be getting another one, by the way. In the game between Arsenal and Brighton. Brighton are 2-0 up in that, with around about 15 minutes of the 90 to go. Here we're off and underway, with Charlton looking to make a fast start to the game. The Havocs, of course, in their traditional red shirts, black shorts, and red and white socks. Liverpool in their change strip today. That white or cream shirt, black shorts, and white socks. Smacked upfield there by Dow. Bradley trying to win it back. So Charlton, though, in the opening exchanges here. There is Nagano. What a brilliant time she had away at the Asian Cup. As you can hear, there's a decent travelling support who've made the trip down from Merseyside as well. Always well followed Liverpool. Dow and Flannery, the two players over the free kick here, and Dow was the decoy. Flannery sent it wide, and Liverpool weren't expecting that. Ball played into the channel for Bradley to chase. She was second favourite, but she managed to win it, albeit only briefly. Been a good start this from the WSL2 side. Liverpool have hardly had a sniff of the ball yet, and they certainly haven't been over halfway. Here's Dow again. And tidy up and go all the way back to Sophie Whitehouse, the Irish international. Born in England, grew up in Africa and the USA, qualifies for Ireland through parentage. The winning a throw-in over on the far side. She got the first goal of Charlton's FA Cup run this season, Karen Muir against Watford here. It's interesting when you come into a game when your league form is not what you want it to be, and you've got something to aim for at the end of the season. You can use it as a catalyst, a game like this, to get yourself back to where you want to be. Now, a first chance for Liverpool maybe to cross halfway. Chillag doing a good job of holding it up. One of those who came in the winter window, which has been so successful for Liverpool. They looked dead and buried before it. They've been excellent in recent weeks. Total transformation for Gareth Taylor, who must have been feeling the heat, particularly after that 9-1 hammering in their final game before the winter break. And very easy, understandable maybe even for Liverpool to have made a change at that point, but they stuck by their man. He's got a history of delivering trophies. Just starting to get a foothold in the game now, the visitors from Merseyside. Ball into the channel for Bergstrom to chase, but Whitehouse is able to deal with it. 4-0 defeat in round 4 at Chelsea for Charlton last season. Liverpool also exited at the hands of the eventual winners, but in absolutely galling fashion for them. Conceded a really late goal deep into stoppage time, having led in the first half. They're actually the better team on the day as well. I'm sure it still stings for those who played that day and are out there this afternoon. We are doing our best to win it back, but Liverpool hanging on to the ball for now. We're about to have some defending to do though. Fitzgerald unable to work it right hand side. Here's O'Sullivan. Liverpool without Fisk at the heart of their defence today. Gemma Evans, a more than capable deputy though. Bradley doing well. Flannery fouled right under the referee's nose by Chillag. Swiss international who came in from Freiburg in the winter window. She does have a goal already in Liverpool colours. She's given them further depth in the attacking positions. Beata Olsen, the top scorer amongst the substitutes today. Well, now then, Fitzgerald, just for a second, looked as though she was going to be in on goal. Clark struggling a little. Newsham's picked it up. Chance for a shot from the edge of the box here from Bradley. Blocked as soon as it left her boot, though. Here's Pearce. Nudge in the back there, was there? Referee saw nothing wrong with the challenge on Fitzgerald. Enderby. Liverpool will miss the industry of Kerry Holland today. Gareth Taylor explaining pre-match that she picked up an injury which will keep her out of Wales duty over the break as well, but he hopes to have her back for the next league game against West Ham. This is Bergstrom. Late brace for her against London Bees in round 4. Scored on 87 and 88 minutes. Enderby now, Chillag in the middle waiting for the cross, played just behind her, shot hit first time. Charlton just about able to get it to something approaching safety. Playing keeping Liverpool on the front foot. Cross aimed in toward Chillag again, and there at the far post, a brilliant save required by Whitehouse to tip it over the crossbar and stop Liverpool from taking the lead. Really good stop that from the Charlton Athletic skipper. Nice build-up play as well. Enderby making her move late, got in ahead of Newsham, and must have thought she was going to put her side in front. Trying to continue her run of scoring in every round to date. Corner's right underneath Whitehouse, who fisted it up into the air and then was able to grab it at the second attempt. Positive start to the game for the Charlton number one. Only kept one clean sheet in her last 4 games. Here's Newsham. So it looks like Newsham is going to start on the left-hand side of midfield with Pearce at left back. Here's Newsham again. Made her Scotland debut in the last international break, and she's in the squad for the upcoming games too. And that's a decent ball to Thestrup. Can she get the shot away here? A little deflection on it. More of a cross than a shot in the end, but comfortably gobbled up by Jennifer Falk. Runners-up in successive seasons in the mid-90s, beaten by Arsenal at Prenton Park and Croydon at the Den on penalties, that one in 1996. Here's Bergstrom. Another of the winter editions came in from Häcken. Nagano, the metronome in the Liverpool midfield. Enderby. Nicely done. Still Enderby. Any room for a shot here? He just waited a fraction too long. It ends up in the gloves of Whitehouse again. But Enderby's already getting some joy down the right-hand side for Liverpool. She's such a dangerous player to contain when she's on it. She's been named in the under-23 squad for the upcoming internationals. Bergstrom seeing plenty of it early on. Plain. Space out left-hand side. Maria now went to close it down. Pass was intercepted before it could reach Capox. Didn't manage to get a touch to that. Flannery moved it out quickly for Newsham. Here's Fitzgerald. Nice shift to the body weight, decent cutback as well. The initial shot from Muya was deflected toward goal. Again, comfortable for Falk, who's quick to get Liverpool back on the front foot. Clark. Well, both sides have had opportunities in the opening 10 minutes here. Muya, heavily involved in the early stages. Fitzgerald. Dragged Evans out there with it. Really tidily defended by Gemma Evans. And Dow. Looking long that time, bit too much on it for Thestrup to get involved with though. there. Almost took the chance away from Liverpool. Pigeon almost made the tackle, but Standout managed to get there first. Seems to be the way here at the Valley. You get at least one, and quite often the flock on the pitch. This is that opportunity a moment ago. Fitzgerald twisting one way and then the other. Muya's shot definitely onside. Estrup just couldn't quite get the power she was looking for. For Alicia and Dow here. Referee seen that it was a head injury, had to stop the game straight away. Oh yeah, accidental, but a painful collision between she and Capox. Alicia and Dow, the former Aston Villa defender, played every game in the league for Charlton this season. Dumped that one down the channel as well. Evans with the header, and then managed to get it up to O'Sullivan. Here's Clark, Liverpool fan, Scotland international. Bergstrom coming infield. I showed a bit too much of it to Fitzgerald. It's one of the easier decisions that referee Wilson will have to make today. Of opportunities, really that Enderby one brilliantly saved, the best we've seen so far. Liverpool might be able to create another here though. Chinag trying to get on the end of the cross. It's a good run, wasn't it? And Chinag immediately on her bike, heavily outnumbered by red shirts. Nagano. Evans over halfway. Capox working it back. Liverpool happy to just make sure they maintain possession. Sullivan, slightly loose touch, managed to move it on for Nagano though. Bergstrom. Put it into Chilag. Enderby working it back for Bergstrom, who's got a bit of space. Can get past the first defender though. Newsham then doing well under pressure from Enderby. Trying to look pretty composed in possession. Whitehouse with Chilag squaring her up. Decided the best route was to go long that time. Flannery switching play out to the right. Lovely little cushioned header into the path of Muya here. Slightly heavy touch from her. Little nudge on Evans, no foul. Dealt with that well, Gemma Evans, under some pretty heavy pressure. It breaks down for Charlton. Well, Karen Muya seeing plenty of the ball here. A couple of goals for her in this competition already. Well-travelled winger. Has played in the USA, France and Italy. Confident in playing out from the back despite Charlton pressing relatively high. Here's O'Sullivan. Well, nutmeg, but she's ended up turning the ball over. Picked up by Fitzgerald. Newsham can cross first time. Fooled Bergstrom instead, then put it in with her right. Decent ball as well. Thestrup trying to improvise a finish, not easy to do. Should be desperate for a goal today, Amelie Thestrup. Just the one season at Liverpool when they were in the Championship, only scored 4 times. Didn't see the best of her there. Nagano. Enderby. Carried on her run as a good ball back to her from Nagano. Enderby looking to work a short pass, didn't get the weight required. Well, most of the good things Liverpool have done so far have involved Mia Enderby. Taylor pointing out pre-match, it's not just been about the winter-window arrivals as to why Liverpool have had such an upturn. Only one of them started at Everton last week, and that was the goalkeeper Falk. Just seems to have revitalised the squad. Nothing wrong with a bit more competition for places, of course. Still got some long-term injury absentees as well, have Liverpool, the likes of Sophie Romanhove, Marie Herbinger and Sophie Pedersen, Sam Kerr too. Bergstrom's cross-come shot could have been awkward for Whitehouse. In the end, it was easy. Fifth season in charge now for Karen Hills. It's very much her club. Bradley's ball down the line was a good one. Thestrup trying to make something of it, but Evans keeping her well marshalled for now. This time didn't need to get his feet under the table as Liverpool boss. Looks as though they're going to avoid that relegation playoff though. They'll have grander ambitions for next season if they do so, you would think, with this squad having a pre-season together. Nagano. Liverpool having more of the ball so far, around about 64% possession. Feels like Charlton are just as capable of doing something with it when they have it. Newsham. Nicely done by Flannery. Here's Fitzgerald. Just managing to work it on for Fitzgerald. Liverpool got lots of bodies back here though. Have to go back to halfway and start again. On top in terms of possession, nothing between the sides scoreline wise thus far. Does feel like one of those that could go all the way. Must have a winner today. Extra time and penalties a possibility. Quite often likes to get a different vantage point in the first half, Gareth Taylor, but he's on the touchline. The opening 45 this afternoon. Chilad grappling to try and get possession. Given away to Enderby. With a corner there, I think she'll have to settle for a throw-in. Bergstrom got a long one in her locker. Over the head of Chilad in the end, but from the Swiss. Approaching the midway point of the first half, that Enderby effort well saved by Sophie Whitehouse. The closest we've come to a goal. Nagano. Decent shape about Charlton when they don't have the ball, and Liverpool finding it a little bit tricky to work a way through them at the moment. Maybe now's the moment. Capox and Dow firm but fair to win it back. Liverpool are committed numbers forwards here, and Dow fancies a wander. Of opportunities she's had to stride out from defence so far. She's not been shy of taking them. Able to get there ahead of Newsham, who was trying to get across into the penalty area. Teaming up with McLean and Clark from Liverpool for Scotland's World Cup qualifying double-header against Belgium. Charlton convinced they should have had a corner there. A bit of a risk, not too much contact there really, was there, with Thestra.
Katie over! Katie over! Time runners!
Nagano. Chilad. Nicely initially. Didn't run for O'Sullivan because of some good work from Bradley, but Liverpool then quickly regained possession with Nagano. Here's O'Sullivan again, trying to get on the turn. Bergstrom. Enderby on that right flank again, works it back to Bergstrom. Can she get a cross in here? She did. All that could go anywhere. It's clipped off the crossbar. A very relieved Lobato, who made contact with it. Eventually, Flannery getting it away to safety. And Lucia Lobato still breathing deeply, I think, after that. So close to an own goal. doing well under a bit of pressure, as she was from Muya. Dow favourite to see this behind. Who did that come off last? It's a goal kick. Lucia Lobato, one of those brought into the Charlton Athletic side today. Felt she had to get something on that, and you can understand why, with Chilag lurking behind her. It's a teasing cross from Bergstrom. The join of post and bar. How about this for a shot? Brighton have won 2-0 at Arsenal in the other quarter-final that happened earlier today. So Brighton through to the semi-finals of the Adobe Women's FA Cup. Arsenal, having played in the Champions League in midweek, maybe showing some fatigue because of that. Not been a good week for Arsenal in the FA Cup, has it? Here's Capox. Couple of options in the middle here if the cross is good. O'Sullivan grazes the roof of the net. Very difficult header to control that for Denise O'Sullivan. Liverpool just starting to warm to the task now. Looking at a bit more of a threat. Potential for offside there. Newsham certainly thought so. O'Sullivan, who scored 6 minutes into her debut in round 4 against London Bees. Going close here. O'Sullivan, Chilag wants it. That's where the pass was aimed to, but it's really good defending from Ndow again. He's had an excellent start to the game, the Charlton centre half. Warm applause for the way that she held off the Liverpool striker. Trying to get a toe to the ball. Ndow using her strength to step in front of her. So far for Aurelie Chilag. Now here's Thestrup, flag stayed down. Fitzgerald in the middle. Again, good defending from Gemma Evans. McLean. Clark able to take a stroll in the sun. Gareth Taylor might want a little bit more urgency from his team. Nice from O'Sullivan. Here's Bergstrom. Sullivan, oh, what a lovely flick that was. Trying to stop from getting on the end of it by a foul from Katie Bradley. Just able to get on the end of that. 3 wins from their last 4 games coming into this, Liverpool. 2 against Brighton and wins against Leicester. And Derby Day delight against Everton last weekend. They were 3-0 up and cruising before Grace Fisk's red card. Ended up clinging on to a 3-2 victory. And Dow, that's an awkward one for her to deal with. Chillag got to the second ball. Capox tried to make something of it, but it was Flannery who came in and won it back for Charlton. Now here's Muya. At least it would have been. Still made an intervention to prevent her from getting in on goal from the impressive Evans. Probably feels like she's got a point to prove. She should be a more regular pick. Now sends it back into Muya's path. Bergstrom. I feel like Liverpool have got a couple more gears to go through, should they need to. Often easier said than done, though. Space for McLean here. Oh, here's Nagano. Capox. Good spell of possession this for Liverpool, and they continue to dominate in that statistic. It is going to be hard work for Charlton, not having much of the ball on a, what by the standards of Britain in 2026 is a hot day. Here's Capox. Pigeon wisely getting out the way. Once again, Alicia and Dow able to deal with the threat. Hasn't put a foot wrong so far. So this is the second of the 2 quarterfinals being played today. Chelsea, Spurs and Birmingham, Manchester City to come tomorrow. The draw for the semis will take place after the latter of those 2 games. 10 to go in the first half here. Karen Hills, I would imagine, pretty pleased with how her team are getting on so far. Enderby. Still driving on. Looking left-hand side for Capox. Just pushed off her stride by Bradley, which might have made the pass more difficult. Gano couldn't get to that head of Muya. A bit scrappy in the middle of midfield. loose pass to turn possession over. Can Charlton take advantage of that? Fitzgerald. Quick to get bodies back into position. Worked out for Newsham. Back into the path of Fitzgerald. Sullivan doing their best to unsettle her, and then Enderby winning the ball back. And now Liverpool can spring a counter maybe. Chillag wanted it played early. Enderby squared it instead. McLean moved it on for Capox. Not much width there, left-hand side for Liverpool. Lobato's headers come straight to Enderby. It's Enderby. Lobato in the way. Charlton eventually getting it to safety. Nagano. McLean. Delivery, hit Chillag. Already you wonder if we might see Bieter Olsen relatively early in the second half. They're looking a little bit blunt in attack. Here's Bergstrom. O'Sullivan. Enderby. Bergstrom carried on a run. Chose to come back to McLean instead. Nagano now. Again, Charlton looking to counter here. Too much on that surely for Thestrup to get involved in. Falk may be grateful for a feel of the ball. She hasn't had a save of any note to make yet. McLean. All Liverpool now in terms of possession, isn't it? Charlton playing on the counter. I'm sure they were aware that that was likely to be the case. Two banks of four trying to cut off any supply line for Liverpool's attack. Here's Enderby though. Made a mess of that one. Not quite clicking in attack at the moment for the visitors, but again, Enderby looking like she might be the most likely source. Lobato's come as close as anybody to scoring. Header that almost landed in her own net. Now that's a cheap giveaway. Here's Enderby. Nagano. Ball just beginning to increase the pressure as we head toward half-time. Bergstrom. Nagano, a little lackadaisical, not lucky there. There's Capox. No way through the sea of red for her though. Swept in first time by Evans, O'Sullivan trying to get it under control. Still might break for Liverpool here. It's going to come out to Bergstrom. Decided to go for the first time cross, and that's going to drift harmlessly behind. Just signs from Liverpool that they are starting to look more like getting the opening goal. 6-1 effort on target for both sides thus far. Bergstrom. Chilag. Overhit the pass, and now Muya's looking to lead the counter for Charlton. This is Thestra. Not much in the way of immediate support. Evans has defended outstandingly well in the first half, and she did a game there. Sending Thestra back into her own half of the field. I'm sure she was aware that her team were going to have to play on the break for large periods today. Bradley. Enderby almost managed to get Liverpool moving forward. Here's Thestra. You know who's managed to dispossess her? Enderby. Charlton get the throw. Good work from Muya, appreciated by the majority inside the valley. Nagano. Clark looking long. That's a good ball into the space as well. Kept in by Capox. But Wooden backing her up. Muya commits the foul. Chance for Liverpool to get the ball into the box here. Took the free kick short and quickly instead. Eventually the cross does come over. Great chance here and hooked over the bar by Denise O'Sullivan when it looked easier to score. Her and her teammate initially got in one another's way. O'Sullivan would have been expecting to get her second goal of this season's Adobe Women's FA Cup. Nice free kick. Got to score there, hasn't she? Wasn't even close in the end. Whitehouse maybe put her off, but that's being generous. Whitehouse celebrated it like she'd scored. Chilag on the chase here, and Dow's got to get this right. She missed it for the first time today, but Newsham came and mopped up for her. Have to get on with it here, Liverpool. I can't imagine we'll have much stoppage time. Just 1 minute, we're into it now. Bergstrom. Cross comes in from Enderby. It's off the knee of Lobato. Bergstrom again. Here's Nagano. So good at finding those areas of space, Fuka Nagano. Well, there is the half-time whistle. No goals in this Adobe Women's FA Cup quarter-final so far at the Valley between Charlton Athletic and Liverpool. Charlton have given a decent account of themselves so far. Denise O'Sullivan with the standout chance right at the end of the first half, lifting over. Earlier, Whitehouse had made an excellent save from Enderby, and Lobato had hit her own crossbar with a header. Half chances at best, really, for Charlton at the other end. At the break in South East London, it's Charlton Athletic 0, Liverpool 0. Well, let's have a look back at the best bits of that first half then. Genuine goal-scoring opportunities, a little few and far between. Certainly Liverpool, who've had the best of them. And Mia Enderby has been a threat down the right-hand side for the visitors today, and she almost scored early on. Charlton struggling to get the ball clear, eventually worked back out in Enderby's direction. See a clever little movement from her there, ahead of Newsham. Managed to connect with the header and just tipped over the crossbar by Whitehouse, who's been called upon to make a couple of saves so far. Enderby looking to score for the third round running. Not much at the other end from Charlton so far. They have had a couple of bright moments though. More than one occasion they've got in down the flanks. This was good work from Fitzgerald. Eventually came to Muya. She scuffed her shot. Bastrop tried to turn it into a good pass rather than a bad shot, but couldn't get the proper connection on the ball required to ask a serious question of Jennifer Falk. Definitely onside, wasn't she, Bastrop? That's what she was trying to do. Just didn't come off on that occasion. Well, Charlton came close to putting through their own net. Lucia Lobato, one of the players who's come into their starting 11 today. Bergstrom's cross, Lobato's header back toward her own goal, and it came off the join of post and bar. So she breathed a sigh of relief there. Sure, her heart leapt up into her throat when she'd made connection with it, really. Presence of Chillag behind her, just making her nervous. Lobato getting away with it. And then a couple of chances as the half draws to a close for Denise O'Sullivan. Good at arriving late in the box, you can see here the number 6. Sent her way. Difficult header to engineer that, particularly under pressure. Had to generate her own power and just couldn't steer it onto the target. Case for offside. Certainly Charlton were appealing for that, but the flag stayed down. O'Sullivan over the bar. And then right at the end of the half, what a golden opportunity this was for O'Sullivan. Her and Chillag getting in each other's way. Ball eventually broke for O'Sullivan. And she's probably still wondering to herself how she didn't score. The free kick was taken quickly. Charlton weren't switched on to that possibility. Nagano's ball, and then the cross came over from Capox. And really, 99 times out of 100, that ends up in a goal for Denise O'Sullivan, and we're talking about Liverpool being ahead at half-time. Looked as though the opportunity had gone when she and Chillag collided. It really should be 1-0 to the visitors at the break. But we are goalless. But as you can see, both goalkeepers required just once in that first half. But look how dominant Liverpool have been in terms of possession. 73% of the ball so far. Liverpool on top in terms of attempts. Charlton will feel they're pretty comfortable so far. Right, before we rejoin the action for the second half, let's remind ourselves of how Liverpool and Chelsea both reached the quarter-final stage. Nigel Adderley watched the Merseyside derby, and Ben Andrews witnessed last year's finalists go head-to-head at Kingsmeadow.
Quick thinking from Sherkanuskin. Here's Kanarad. He's got beyond Janssen here. Can't be offside from a throw. Here comes Cuthbert. Great effort. Oh, and it's matched by the save. Tullis Joyce. That is a top bit of keeping, and it needed to be. That's the closest we've had to a goal in this tie, and it was very close indeed. Poked forward by Walsh for James. There's no flag here. Lauren James. It's another big save from Fallon Tullis Joyce. Maybe just played on by Maya Le Tissier, her England colleague. United fans behind that goal fearing the worst. This is Park. Jess Park. Oh, what a hit! So unlucky. Won't even count as a shot on target, but it was brilliant. Plenty forward, Nuskin nearly there. Rougeau got a little bit of it. Germa trying to keep the attack alive for Chelsea here. Carpenter. Berman helps it on, and Sam Kerr helps it in. Her again against Manchester United again. Off the bench, Sam Kerr. Finally, there's a goal in this tie. It needed one, it's got one. Tissier right into the crowd, and it's not been dealt with, it's in! Simeon Rougeau! United weren't behind for long, and their own substitute has levelled this tie. It's only a second ever United goal, forcing it past Hannah Hampton all square. Berman nodding it on, it's off the post and in! Extra time lead for Chelsea. Can they hang on this time? And it's Naomi Germa for the holders. It's her first Chelsea goal, and what a time to get it. Tullis Joyce got a piece of the Berman header. Off the post it came, and there was Germa. 2-1. Tullis Joyce is up, everyone's up. Now or never for Manchester United. Here's a Rougeau, back for Le Tissier. They're all up, she's gone for goal. Maybe that wasn't the best thing to do.
Mace, oh, she's given the ball away to Thomas. Holland is in space. Blundell will try and get across. Holland delivers to the far post. Enderby is there, and she scored. Mia Enderby looks to have picked up an injury. She bravely attacked that ball from Kerry Holland. Courtney Brosnan had to go for it. It was a shuddering collision. Liverpool lead, but Enderby in some pain. Holland's free kick. Everton don't deal with it, and it's 2-0. Beata Olsen, the player who replaced Mia Enderby, on the end of that. Everton were appealing for handball. Fernandez with the clearance into the body of Olsen, and she made no mistake. 2-0 to Liverpool. Holland's corner. High towards Fisk. It drops to O'Sullivan and Clark. And it's tipped over by Brosnan. Everton unable to deal with these Liverpool set pieces. And Gareth Taylor knows it should have been 3. Holland with another free kick. Deeper this time. And Clark's shot kept out superbly by Brosnan. Well, she's keeping Everton in the FA Cup here, almost on her own. Kitagawa. And Gabaro. She takes that down nicely. And she forces a fine save from Falk. Inma Gabaro with Everton's best effort so far. Clark. That's been given away to Payne. Low in towards Kramzar. Ghali! Oh, it's an own goal. Jennifer Falk was unlucky, but Everton are back in the game. Falk turning the shot from Ghali onto the post, but there was a double cannon and it crept over the line. Everton looking to apply the pressure, but Silag trying to lead the counter-attack there. Olsen, Silag back on her feet. Olsen to her right, but she heads into traffic. But she finds Olsen, and it's an excellent save by Brosnan. Brosnan defiant, but Liverpool are heading through.
Well, we've already had one shock today. Brighton and Hove Albion winning 2-0 away to Arsenal to book their place in the semi-finals. Which one of Charlton Athletic and Liverpool will be joining them? We'll wait and see. Second half not far away now, and then a couple of games tomorrow to round off the quarterfinals. Chelsea, the holders, hosting Tottenham Hotspur at Kings Meadow, and the WSL2 leaders Birmingham City with a formidable task on their hands as they welcome Manchester City. Well, are we going to get a winner in the next 45 minutes here? Or are we going to need extra time and possibly penalties to separate these two teams? 0-0 between Charlton Athletic and Liverpool in the first half of this Adobe Women's FA Cup quarter-final. Maybe it's going to be a day and it's going to take either a moment of magic or a mistake to win it. And changes by either manager at half-time. I mentioned it in the first half, but you wonder whether we'll see Beata Olsen before too long for Liverpool. Here's O'Sullivan, who had that great chance at the end of the first half. Enderby. Bergstrom. Bradley was hoping that had enough on it to go behind for a goal kick. In the end, she's had to put it out of play for a throw-in. Bergstrom being serenaded by the travelling Liverpool supporters just behind her. Here's Nagano. O'Sullivan. Nagano again, not a bad cross, cleared away by Endow though. McLean. Here's Evans, who was really impressive in the first half. Woodham couldn't quite get that under control first time. Woodham. Determined to start on the front foot in the second half here. Nagano working it wide. Here's Bergstrom. Able to come in field and flick it for O'Sullivan. Blocked by Lobato. And then cleared away by Flannery. This is Capox. McLean. Nagano scooping it over the top, thinking that McLean was going to carry on her run. Possibility then of two WSL2 sides in the semi-finals if Charlton can win today and Birmingham could upset Manchester City tomorrow. Not many were expecting Brighton to win at Arsenal, which they did do earlier, so maybe it is the year of the shot. Here's Evans. Capox, Woodham was looking for a give and go there. Capox came back in field instead to McLean. Evans then sweeping it across to Clark. Really difficult for Charlton to get hold of the ball at the moment. Of course, as soon as I say that, it's presented to them. Two balls on the pitch as Woodham took the throw in. Well, Charlton not messing about. They're going to be the first to make changes. left it long, has she? Karen Hills. Feeling that her side in need of some momentum. Bradley. It's a foul by Bergstrom on Fitzgerald. Decent ball pumped into the channel for Thestrup to chase. Clark able to shepherd it behind for a goal kick though. No sight of goal yet against their old club for Amelie Thestrup. Woodham. Again, just as in the first half, it's all Liverpool in terms of possession. You do wonder if that's going to take its toll on Charlton before too long. Probably one of the reasons why they're preparing substitutes at this early stage of the second half. Ball over the top for Chillag to chase here. And Dow favourite. Oh, maybe slightly lucky to get the free kick there. Little tug from Chillag. And Dow didn't need much persuasion to hit the deck and win the free kick. Closer inspection, it's a clear foul, isn't it, from Chillag? Enderby. Here's Nagano. Capox, nice take. Woodham. McLean looking for Chillag, almost turned it on for O'Sullivan. Here's Bergstrom. Driving on here, Bergstrom. Decent ball stood up as well. McLean couldn't make the contact with it. Charlton able to thump it up to safety. Clark. O'Sullivan, now then, chance here for Enderby. Three in the middle, ready for a cross. Oh, it's a poor cutback from Enderby straight to Bradley. Feel like it might just take that one moment of quality in the final third to unlock the Charlton defence for Liverpool. Nagano. Woodham. Barge to the ground, clear foul there. Gloria Sieber, Hungary international, playing right back today for Charlton. Had a couple of goes, didn't she? Who linked up well with Capox down the left for Liverpool on occasion in the first half. Another looking to make the most of a relatively rare start today. First time she's featured at all, actually, since the 1st of February. A late substitute appearance against Manchester United. Two players in the wall for her to negotiate with this free kick then. Floated in from Woodham. Cleared away by the knee of Gracie Pearce. Dangerous ball back in though. Chillag went down inside the penalty area and turns her palms out by way of asking the question of the referee, who's not interested in giving Liverpool a penalty. Liverpool also going to make changes, so both sides are going to shuffle the deck in a moment. Here's Chillag though. It will be a corner for Liverpool. Preparing a triple substitution. It's not going to happen before the corner though. Dealt with pretty comfortably at the near post. Here's Nagano. McLean. Nagano again. It's a better looking cross that time. Bradley able to get it away. Capoc's trying to make something happen for Liverpool here. Bradley again defending the situation and winning the free kick. That will give the opportunity for the changes. Charlton going first. Mia Ross replaced by Katie Bradley in the first change. So Ross playing against her old club, came from Liverpool in 2021. No goal against her former employers for Amelie Thestrup today. Gillian Kenny, who got what proved to be the winner against Watford in round 3 and also scored against Swindon in that big 10-0 win, is coming on. And Katie Lockwood for Karen Moyer in the final change. Another who scored in that 10-0 against Swindon, got a couple on what was her debut actually, I think coming from Glasgow City in January. Here comes Beata also then, she's coming on for Aurelie Chilag, so that is a straight swap up top. Also Liverpool's top scorer. Also going to see Alejandra Bernabe. It's a straight swap at left back for Woodham. Sullivan, the other player, coming off. Still wondering how she didn't score, I think. Martha Thomas, so that is an attacking change. The striker Thomas on for the midfielder O'Sullivan. Thomas, who's lost a couple of finals actually in successive years in this competition, beaten with Manchester United and Spurs in 23 and 24. Scored on her Liverpool debut in an earlier round against London Bees. Don't often get both sides making a triple change at the same time. Maybe tells you that neither manager is particularly happy with how their team are performing at the moment. Let's see if those alterations can inject a bit of life into this quarter-final. Barto going all the way back to Whitehouse. Is Ndao. Siva doing well. Here's the first involvement for Thomas, the veteran striker. See if she plays alongside Olsen, or maybe just a little bit withdrawn. Bernabe getting her first touch, but it was a loose one. Showed too much of it to Siva. Clark. Here's Evans. Capox. The easiest one for Whitehouse to deal with, and she swished it up into the air. Capox challenging to get it back for Liverpool. Nagano did so. Here's Bergstrom. And their cross is no threat to Whitehouse. Well, he's rolled the dice now, Gareth Taylor. bit more up front now. He's got Olsen and Thomas in there together. Kenny, it's her first involvement. Did well. Overcomes the cross first time. That's too close to Falk on Newsham's delivery. An hour gone in southeast London. Increasingly feeling like one goal will be enough to get the job done here. McLean works it out right hand side for Enderby. Too much on that for Olsen. Draw for the semi-finals, by the way, is tomorrow after the final quarter-final tie between the cities of Birmingham and Manchester. Capox. Here's Bergstrom. Good cross that. Oh, and Thomas almost got something on it. It was just too high for Olsen. Thomas on the side trying to get the connection to give Whitehouse a problem. Good shape on the delivery from Bergstrom. Striker's dream, really. Well, it's one-way traffic since half-time, but again, Whitehouse not really with anything of note to do. Liverpool maybe starting to get a little bit frustrated. They now a permanent Liverpool player, haven't been on loan from Chelsea last season. Only recently become a regular. Enderby trying to roll the defender. There's a little tug on her arm that brought her to ground, right under the referee's nose. Mia Ross, a former Liverpool player, bringing her to ground. One Mia on another. Now a Welsh international, Ross, after switching from England youth groups. Maybe a set piece is going to be the way that the deadlock is broken here. Capox sends it in. The referee immediately blows for a Charlton free kick. That between Thomason and Dow, but enough to persuade the referee. Oh, nice little ball around the corner there. Rare chance for Charlton to threaten, maybe. Katie Lockwood it was, but eventually the flag goes up. Runner-up in the Scottish Cup a couple of years ago with Hearts was Lockwood. to the point now where Charlton are starting to show a bit of fatigue. Feels like a long time since they've been able to keep the ball for more than a matter of seconds. Here's Evans. McLean. Enderby. It's well defended by Gracie Pearce. Enderby trying to get something on that. Who got the final touch? It is a Liverpool corner. Third of the game, Charlton yet to have one. And Thomas making a nuisance of herself here. Jenna Clark's always one to watch as well, the Liverpool captain. Swinging delivery. It was Clark who got a toe to it. Now, is there a break on here for Charlton? Stopped at source by Beata Olsen. So it's a fairly stiff breeze. See the corner flag flapping away. Storm Dave having swept through the UK last night. And Liverpool get a free kick. Much to the surprise of Charlton. Fitzgerald having to do more defending than attacking in the second half. Again, it's Capox who sends it in. Drop for Nagano, and then helped toward goal. Another deflection on that, another Liverpool corner. Just get the feeling that they are knocking louder and louder at the Charlton door here. 3/4 of the way through the contest. As it stands, though, we would need 30 minutes more and then possibly penalties to separate the sides. Referee Wilson wants to have a chat with Gemma Evans and Lucia Lobato about how physical they're being with one another before the delivery comes in. Good ball that, met on the volley by Clark. Very difficult skill.
Charlton attendance here at the Valley is 264. 2164. Thank you for your magnificent support this afternoon. The highest attendance we've had for a women's game at the Valley in over 20 years.
More than 2,000 inside the Valley to see this one today. Biggest crowd here for a women's game in more than 2 decades. Enderby, oh that's clever. Still going too. It's pretty soft, but she's got the free kick anyway. Yeah, Ross has got a case there, but maybe it was the initial contact. He's travelling at pace, Enderby. Yellow card for Ross as well. It's the first booking of the game. clipped him this time. Clark Kent should keep it in play. She did. Lucky bounce on the ball there. Sent it back in too high for Olsen. Liverpool just can't connect the dots in attack there. They're having all of the ball. They're getting close to Charlton's goal. But they're not asking Whitehouse to do anything. Taylor's going to be pretty disappointed with how limp they've been in attack. Remember, they scored 3 goals away from home last week. Capox. Nagano. Clever ball. Capox away from Ross. Nicely done by the Swede. Under a little bit of pressure, but nice control. Volk just happy to be involved in the game. Oh, heavy touch there from Clark, but she got away with it. Bernabe feeding Thomas. Olsen making her way into the middle here. Thomas's cutback's a good one. Still Liverpool continue to threaten. So far Charlton have been able to keep them out. McLean. Fitzgerald's pass, but the flag rightfully up against Gillian Kenny. Not particularly involved since her arrival, but it's been difficult for any Charlton attacker to truly influence this game so far. Got 3 games to go their league season. Liverpool, they host West Ham at the end of the month. Got international break to come, of course. City and Arsenal to finish. Charlton at Southampton after the break, then at Birmingham in what will likely be their final game of the season, unless they drop to 3rd and have to go into the playoff for promotion against the bottom side from the WSL, who look likely to be Leicester. Olsen. Nagano. This close pass there from Olsen. I think she felt that Bergstrom could have caught up to it. Have Liverpool had their period of dominance? They haven't managed to find a goal. They've got 15 minutes to do so, otherwise we'll play for 30 more. Or can Charlton spring something on the break here? Not been many signs of that so far. Further reinforcements being called for from the WSL side. Risa Shimuzu will be with us before too long. like change as well, with Bergstrom giving way. Not yet though. Oh, clever free kick. Now then, opportunity for Charlton. And they didn't make the most of it. It's a lovely ball into the channel for Fitzgerald initially. A rare foray forward for the Addicts. They weren't able to capitalise. McLean. That's a decent ball. Maybe Liverpool can create something. That's probably Bergstrom's last touch. Dealt with by Pearce. And now the change can indeed happen. Bergstrom doesn't know it's her number that's up yet. Now she's realised. So she gives way. Riza Shimuzu, who like Nagano was part of the Japan squad that won the Asian Cup last month, comes on. Fourth change for Liverpool. Charlton going to make a change as well. Newsham coming off. Mason, one of those left out of the starting lineup from last week's team, on in her place. Mason, the Northern Irish international. Actually won 2 caps for Gibraltar before switching. Liverpool in behind here. Oh, and what a flick and what a goal. But no, flag up for offside. Referee's assistant had a perfect view of that, and Isabel Chaplin said no. How close was this? Thomas with the initial effort, and yeah, easy decision, wasn't it? Shame for Bieter Olsen, because it was some finish, improvised, but it doesn't count. Game that's been low on quality in front of goal. That was a rare moment of it, but all for naught. Thomas down the line for Enderby. Maybe that's going to wake Liverpool up. Enderby's cross straight at Pearce. How about second time round? Not much better. Missed though. Almost came through for Olsen. Katie Lockwood had made a mess of it. That looked like it crossed the line for a corner potentially. Really clever finish from Olsen, wasn't it? So she's confident in front of goal at the moment. Goalkeeper timeout. Sophie Whitehouse with the problem. It's going to need some treatment. Is she trying to take the sting out of the game, or does she have something that might make her place in it in doubt? She doesn't look too happy, does she? Her calf, it would appear, is the issue. Saw this in the game between Chelsea and Aston Villa in the WSL last week. So many injury timeouts for goalkeepers this season. It was Ali Roebuck who went down, and most people thought that she was putting it on, and she ended up being substituted. Good opportunity though for Karen Hills to get a message on, but also for her players to just have a breather, because it's been hard work for them in this second half. Are we going to get a winner in the final 10 minutes here? Or are we going to have the drama of extra time and possible penalties as well? So she's going to try and keep going here, Whitehouse. This was a moment of the match very early on in it. Great save to deny Mia Enderby. I think she's okay. I mean, we'll get a good few minutes of stoppage time. So Bernabe to take the throw for Liverpool. Shimizu. Clark forward for Nagano. Bernabe down the line for Martha Thomas. Touch was from Ndao. Bernabe. Shimizu sliding it into the channel. Cross came in first time. Abato's clearance less than sure. Second one was better, albeit only to Nagano. Clark. Shimizu. Nagano stabbed it up toward Olsen. Oh, it's come through for Bernabe. Couldn't get the shot away and couldn't tee up Thomas either. And Charlton counter here. Lockwood dispossessed by Evans. Probably in the running for player of the match, Gemma Evans. Nice turn here from Pietra Olsen. Flicked it to Thomas. Enderby. Shimizu. He's going to spin behind for another Liverpool corner, their fifth of the game. Concentration needs to be at the maximum here for Charlton. Drilled into the near post. They can have another go. Clark connect. Something towards Olsen. And Charlton looking to break, but Evans making sure that's not a possibility. Evans, look at that, Liverpool absolutely dominating in terms of shots at goal and having the ball in their possession. But still it's 0-0 and we've only got 5 minutes of the 90 left. Capox. Enderby. Cross deflected, made it easier for Whitehouse. Lockwood. Liverpool able to win it back. Here's Thomas. And Dow quickly across to engage, and she's hurt Martha Thomas there. Both players have felt the effects of that challenge. And Dow has come off worse. Tried to put the brakes on, I think, didn't she actually, Alicia and Dow? Maybe just knocked the wind out of her there, and Dow, who's been impressive at the heart of the Charlton defence today. Whether she's going to be able to finish this game is another matter, though. Yellow card comes out for her just to rub salt into the wound. Well, any goal now is the winner. It's looking more and more like we're heading for an extra 30 minutes. Launched into the Charlton penalty area. Olsen got ahead to it. Like a lot of things Liverpool have done in the final third today, it lacked quality. House wisely taking as long as she could before grabbing the ball there. Change ahead of what looks like the extra time period. Whistle is coming on for Kira Flannery. Somebody scored twice in the 10-0 win against Swindon earlier in the competition. Scored in the defeat at Crystal Palace last week as well. Now then, is there a chance for Charlton to pinch it late on here? Fitzgerald. Marcel getting her first touch. Options in the middle as well. Dealt with in the end by Shimuzu. And just about kept in play brilliantly by Banabe. Have an extra 7 minutes for somebody to find a winner before we go to extra time here. Plenty of time for somebody to pinch it then. Nice bit of skill from Enderby. Was she fouled? Yes, she was. Well, it needs a quality delivery here from Cornelia Capox. Worked it short. She wanted it played back her way. Nagano's got it back from Shimuzu. Nagano's going to put it in herself. Shimuzu again. Evans. McLean. Shimuzu. Can Charlton maintain their concentration here? Still got 5 minutes to see out. Evans looking for the big switch. Referee in the way there. Samir Ross was trying to complete the pass. Not sure there was much he could have done about it, in fairness. Obviously the Charlton fans are booing, but she was maybe a yard away from the ball when it was whacked at her. Clark's header. Olsen. Clark. Came off Gillian Kenny. Time running out here for a winner in regulation time. Just feel like we might as well go to penalties. Neither side really looked like scoring all day. That one standout chance for Denise O'Sullivan at the end of the first half. Other than that, has been slim pickings in terms of goal scoring opportunities. Got his penalty takers pre-planned. Put away by Clark. Capox got ahead to it. Trying quickly back in possession. Here's Nagano though. McLean. That's a really good pass out for Mia Enderby. Olsen's in the middle here. Enderby couldn't get it immediately under control. Overcooked her across, although Bernabe will try and recycle. Thomas. McLean. Good run from Martha Thomas. This to win it. It's Thomas. She couldn't get hold of it. It's a golden opportunity for the substitute to send Liverpool into the semis. As good a chance as there's been in the game. When she cut inside there, you fancied her to threaten Whitehouse more than she managed. She's got the quality to score those kind of opportunities. Here's Evans. Capox, no foul that time. Bounce back up and get on with the game. Somebody's grappling hard to win it back. The decision goes against her though. He knows now that his side's chances of winning the game without the need for extra time have gone. Surely that Thomas chance was the last one. Maybe Charlton can flash them one here. How ambitious do they want to be? Thomas able to get something on that. It's come for Fitzgerald though. Meccano able to win it back. Capox couldn't get it under control though. Neither can Thomas. This is Bissell. Managed to get the crossover. Cleared away by Shimuzu though. Charlton supporters believing here. They've got 30 seconds their side. Touched out by Capox. Well, this is the last chance. Are we going to get a late twist here? Fitzgerald couldn't get it under control. Danger not passed yet for Liverpool. Needs a good delivery though. Well, the goalkeeper's dropped it and then grabbed it at the second attempt. Barely been involved. Falk. Well, that's it. Nothing to separate these two sides after 90 plus minutes. So we're going to need 30 more to determine who's going to go into the semi-finals of the Adobe Women's FA Cup. A game in which chances to score were few and were far between. One outstanding one for Denise O'Sullivan in the first half, but other than that, very little for either goalkeeper to do in the game. And so we are going to need extra time as a minimum and maybe penalties too. Final score after 90 minutes in this Adobe Women's FA Cup quarter-final. Charlton Athletic 0, Liverpool 0. A game where chances have been at a premium up to this point. Let's show you the best of the opportunities we did see. Well, this first one was almost an own goal from Lobato. Cross came in from Bergstrom and Lobato trying to get it clear, hit the join of post and bar with her header. No way Whitehouse was getting to that. She and Lobato both grateful to hear the thud of ball on woodwork. That is the chance of the game though, isn't it, for Denise O'Sullivan. Her and Aurelie Chilag both since departed, getting in one another's way. How she got it that high over the bar, it's actually almost impressive. But as I say, not many clear opportunities for either side. In the second half, Liverpool looked a little better in terms of their attacking threat once they'd made their substitutions, and Martha Thomas did have a couple of opportunities to win it. Couldn't quite connect with the delivery on that occasion. Had she done, it would have been difficult for Whitehouse to keep it out. And then right at the end, deep into stoppage time, this good opportunity for her. Stepped away from Ndao easily. Just couldn't generate the power on the shot that she needed to. And hence we go into an extra 30 minutes. just about ready for the first period of extra time then. 15 minutes each way. And if no goal at that point, penalties.
So here we go then for the first half of
Right then, who's got the endurance? Who's got the stomach? Can anybody find a goal? Or will it be all about the two goalkeepers when we get to penalties? Charlton to get us going for the first period then, kicking from right to left. Just smells of penalties this game, doesn't it? So few chances in it. Big header from Clark. Ross responded in kind. Charlton will be feeling a bit more positive about things after the end of the game, when they did at least get close to Jennifer Falk's goal. Well, that is the most blatant foul throw you'll ever see from Risa Shimuzu. Really basic stuff, that. Can Charlton capitalise? Ellie Mason is going to show Shimuzu how it should be done. Picked up by Kenny, back in from Mason. And that's not the worst ball. Bissell trying to make something of it. Clark has to put it behind for a corner. This is Charlton's first of the game. Good start to extra time from the Addicts. Straight ball over the top, but it troubled Clark. She misread the bounce of it. Over comes the delivery. Deep to the far post it goes. Header from Clark got it clear. Swept back in first time. Too close to Falk. Here's Shimuzu. Capot's trying to roll away from Mia Ross. Watch out for the pigeons. Working it back. Nagano. Shimuzu. Now that's a good ball. How's the cross in toward Olsen? Barto dealt with it. Dow trying to get away from Bernabe. He's done well. She has had a good game, Alicia Dow. Oh, and amazingly, that's managed to stay in play. And now there's a chance for Charlton. It's 2-on-2. Oh dear, what a waste of a great opportunity that was. Emma Bissell will be absolutely furious about that, because Charlton have really struggled to create anything in this game, and Gillian Kenny had the perfect opportunity to tee up her teammate there, trying to catch Falk off guard. Thomas. for the run of Banabe, and Dow didn't get that right. Shimuzu. Capox. In from Enderby. Thomas hit it hard at Capox. She didn't really know what to do with it. It's broke from McLean. Thomas from distance. Deflection on that off Lobato. Whitehouse can't stop it spinning behind for a corner. Again, Liverpool creating half chances, really. Clipped in by Capox, good looking ball as well. Clark got something on it, Charlton struggling to get it clear, but then it hit the arm of Thomas as she wallops in what was an excellent finish. She gets a yellow card for her troubles. For the offence or for kicking the ball after the whistle had gone, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a finish born of frustration. Feels a little bit harsh to book her for it, but them's the rules. A game that's provided us with very little drama so far, but the promise of penalties means that we could be in for some blockbuster stuff once the shootout starts. Or is there something else to happen before then? Shimuzu. Nagano. Thomas not quite able to execute the pass for Capox. Shimuzu again. Ball down the line, looking for Enderby. It's going to be another Liverpool corner. Mason taking no chances. Charlton have defended these pretty comfortably so far. Enderby's got a problem here. Looks like it might just be cramp. Plenty of players feeling it now. Switch on is the cry. Capox hoping to find a plum delivery here. Allowed to travel a long way. Oh, and hit just wide. Decent effort as well. And Arbe close to breaking the deadlock. Very close. Well struck volley that. Not an easy skill.
What's wrong?
First goal of the season. More problems for Mia Enderby. Everybody feeling the effects. Getting on for 2 hours of football now with the stoppage time in either half. Looks like they are going to need to make a change. Sarah Shaw, who's been called back. Now, this is interesting. She only made her return from an ACL injury, which has kept her out for pretty much a whole year in an under-21 game in midweek. Can she come on and be the hero for Liverpool here? Enderby will be a big loss for them. She will be absolutely delighted with this, I'm sure. Played 45 minutes against Sheffield United on Wednesday afternoon, almost exactly a year after she got the ACL injury, playing for England under-19s. It's only her 10th appearance for Liverpool. She's got the chance to help her team into an FA Cup semi-final. For Charlton 2.
Substitution for the Annex. Would you please show your appreciation to the 6th rated pair?
Macy Pearce, the player who's getting treatment there, is not able to continue.
Placing Gracie, please welcome number 20,
Mary McAteer, who is a regular starter for Charlton. Welsh international who came in from Sunderland in the summer, and in her place. Pearce doesn't look particularly pleased about it. Up into the air by Evans. Half time and extra time just a couple of minutes away. Oh, that's a decent effort from distance. Had Whitehouse scrambling. She'll tell you she'd have saved that had it been on target. Pietra also looking one of the most likely players to score. Her and Thomas have definitely added some spice to Liverpool's attack. Chimuzu got that one launched, got far too much on it though. Shaw trying to get involved straight away. Clark. Liverpool trying to turn up the heat. McLean, that was a decent ball. Shot struck from Thomas was deflected. Players going down with cramp now. Powerfully struck. Sieber bore the brunt of it. One of these corners going to produce a goal for Liverpool. This one's into the near post. Clark got something on it, headed away by Endow. Struggling to get it clear here, Charlton. Eventually whacked to safety. Here's Shimuzu. McLean sending it back in. The header drops wide from Jenna Clark. Always a threat aerially, the Liverpool skipper. Goals for her this season. 3 added minutes. Always amazes me when you get that in extra time. There's only 15 minutes. We had 1 added minute at the end of the first 45. That's a treatment for a couple of players, in fairness. And Dow, right place, right time to deal with that. Thomas up against Endow. And again has dealt with it brilliantly. Shimuzu. Capox. Now then, found a bit of space here, Cornelia Capox. Not a good cut back though. Shimuzu pinched it back. Can she keep it in? No. Bissell. Capox. In from short. That could go anywhere off Mia Ross. In the end, it's comfortably through to her goalkeeper, and that'll be that for the first period of extra time. So we've only got 15 minutes more for somebody to get a goal. Otherwise, we are going to need penalties to separate Charlton Athletic and Liverpool and decide who makes it through to the semi-finals of the Adobe Women's FA Cup. Alicia Endow with a goal line clearance, helping her team in that first period. It used to be the way that you just swapped ends and kicked off straight away, but there will be a little respite here for the players and a chance for both coaches to get some instruction on. So at the end of the first period of extra time, it is Charlton Athletic 0, Liverpool 0. Well, the order of the day is getting people through the next 15 minutes and then seeing who can make the walk from the halfway line to the penalty spot, I think. Big effort from these Charlton players. Have they got a bit more left in the tank? Can they threaten Liverpool? Well, going all the way to spot kicks. Well, it's as much about heads as it is legs now, isn't it? He's got the mentality to get through this last period. And in Charlton's case, make themselves a hero. Three-time winners, not since Eni Aluko's goal. A game in which their current manager, Karen Hills, played. They beat Everton 1-0 at Upton Park. Casey Stoney was also in the Charlton team that day. Liverpool, remember, have never won the Women's FA Cup. Charlton asking for some help from their supporters. The biggest crowd for a women's game here in more than 20 years, more than 2,000 on hand. Liverpool to get the second period of extra time underway. Long from Falk. Goalkeepers will have done their homework on the respective penalty takers, I'm sure. Shimuzu. Short. Spread wide by McLean. Shimuzu. Nakano went to ground. There was no foul though. Rare chance for Charlton to counter. Snuffed out quickly by Clark. McLean. This is Nagano. Shaw working it across left-hand side. Evans touching it out to Bernabe. Sent back in by Shaw. Thomas. Liverpool's attacks too often today have fizzled out into nothing, and that was another one. Whitehouse being urged to hurry up by the referee. Fitzgerald. Nagano's wrestled it back. Charlton have got it back though, and the shot, well, that counts as a shot on target in the context of this game for Charlton. It goes down as an opportunity for Gillian Kenny. Here's Clark. Shimuzu. McLean. Thomas couldn't get it out of her feet. shots on target in the game. Nagano able to win it back. Here's Capox, good numbers in the box here for Liverpool. Capox driving, getting a cross in. Oh, it flicked away just as Thomas thought she was going to be able to turn it in. Picked up by Bernabe. Nagano. McLean. Good work from Capox. Good ball as well. Oh, Olsen can't turn it in. Capox getting some joy down that right-hand side now, though. Nothing wrong with the quality of the delivery, and Dow there again to take it away from Thomas. That was the previous one. Yellow card for Sophie Whitehouse. I think that's been coming. Finally, the referee's patience tested for her taking too long over the goal kick. Clark. I look, Whitehouse and Falk will be thinking that they can be the headline grabber of this game. Thomas. Nagano, nice ball for Thomas. Good passing from Liverpool. McLean. Nagano again. Oh, Nagano, that's a good ball. Shimuzu, that's not. Almost broke for Thomas. Too often today for Gareth Taylor's taste, has broken down in the final action in Liverpool's attacks. McLean thought about having a shot. Shimuzu. Oh, there's a ball onto Capox early there. That's a good one though. Capox in behind here. Couldn't find a colleague with her cross. Was unable to clear it easily. Clark. McLean. McLean's found some space here. Shaw, touch back for Nagano. All hands on deck for Charlton now. Capox with the cross in toward Thomas. Goalkeeper got it. Good handling that from Sophie Whitehouse. Eight minutes plus add-ons left. Clark. Capox. Shaw on the turn. Here's Nagano. Good support being offered from Shimuzu. Decent cross as well. Out away before Thomas could get there though. Here's McLean. Oh, good block from Lobato. He felt the force of it. Liverpool pressing hard now. Bernabe, they know any goal will win it. McLean. Shimuzu. Shaw able to move it on. Here's Shaw again, deflected behind for a corner. Into double figures on that count now, Liverpool. comes the corner. Clark's header off the post. Second time round. Still it's loose. They want handball. Charlton can't get it away. It's Clark again off the bar. How's that not gone in? It has now. And Liverpool may well have pinched it deep into extra time. And what a story this is. Zara Shaw, a year out of action, and on her comeback, she may well have sent Liverpool into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Clark hit the bar twice in the same movement. Charlton absolutely devastated here. They've still got time, but there's not much of it. It's a sickener for Karen Hills. It's a fairy tale for Zara Shaw. What a moment for her. Liverpool had a couple of goes. Clark striking the woodwork, not once but twice, but eventually Shaw able to hook it in. It's a really clever finish from her. And Liverpool at last make the breakthrough. Oh, they've toiled today, but it'll be worth it if they can hang on. Clark must have thought that Liverpool's luck was out when she hit the post twice in the same move. But look at that from Shaw. It's a brilliant reaction. And the defender on the line just couldn't keep it in. Seba so close. And now Liverpool so close to victory. 5 minutes for Charlton to save themselves. What a kick in the teeth for them. But Zara Shaw is the story here. The sort of thing she would have dreamt about through all that grueling rehab. A year on the sidelines after getting an ACL injury on England duty. And what a way to mark her comeback. Not quite there yet, Liverpool. But Charlton have offered virtually nothing in attack throughout the game. Not long to hold on here, the team from Merseyside. And for those Liverpool supporters, it looks like it might have been worth the trip after all. Well, she looks fairly calm. I bet her heart skipped a beat when that ball eventually crossed the line. Can Charlton fashion a chance? It's in toward Bissell. She just couldn't get it under control. Looking it back for Bernabe. Olsen finding Shimuzu. Just got to keep the ball now, Liverpool, and they'll be through to the semi-finals. Nagano. Bernabe. Second goal will make absolutely sure. Bernabe showed too much of that though. Played down the line by Siebert. Clark mopping up. Falk thumping it up to halfway. McLean. Bernabe. Good distance on her clearance. Picked up by Mason. Casually approaching the ball. How cool is that from Jenna Clark into Nagano? We're dealing in seconds now. Don't think we'll get 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this period like we did the first. As it stands, we'll just have the one added minute. Here's Nagano. Nice little nutmeg on Mary McAteer. Nagano showing her strength and winning a free kick, and that whistle will be music to Gareth Taylor's ear. What a moment for her. Proper FA Cup story. Here's Olsen heading for the corner flag, dispossessed quickly by McAteer. Got to go forward quickly now from Sophie Whitehouse. Bissell hurling it down the line. Here's Fitzgerald. It's a Liverpool throw. And with that, Charlton's last chance might have gone. They've defended stoutly throughout the game, the WSL2 side, but really they just haven't done enough to threaten Liverpool's goal. Only 2 shots on target across the piece. Offside against Bissell. And there's the final whistle. It's Liverpool who take their place in the Adobe Women's FA Cup semi-final, thanks to a comeback story. Zara Shaw, 5 minutes from the end of extra time, after a year on the sidelines with an ACL injury, on her return, is the match winner for Liverpool. A fantastic story for her. Gareth Taylor gets another crack at the competition that he's won before. His team are through to the last 4. It was a horrible first half of the season for Liverpool. It could be a glorious second. Heartbreak for Charlton Athletic, who pushed their opponents from a higher division all the way, but they just couldn't do enough to score a goal, and they couldn't keep one out after a mad scramble in the penalty area. It's Shaw who turns out to be the match winner. She'll have the broadest smile in South East London today. Final score in this Adobe Women's FA Cup quarter-final after extra time: Charlton Athletic 0, Liverpool 1. Well, before we say goodbye, let's have a look at how the game unfolded. Very early on, there was a chance for Liverpool to go ahead. Mia Enderby, seeing her effort brilliantly saved by Whitehouse, tipping it over the crossbar. Good effort, wasn't it, from Enderby? Even better save, though. Charlton, as I said, really did struggle to create much in open play. Muyu was decent in her time on the pitch, her effort deflecting through to Amelie Thestrup, but she couldn't get the power she was looking for to score against her old club. Definitely onside, just unable to steer it in. And then almost an own goal from Lucia Lobato. Good ball in from Bergstrom. And the defender's header flicking off her own crossbar. delivery. And Lobato lucky in the end. Oh, we might not have needed the additional 30 minutes had Denise O'Sullivan taken this chance, which was a pretty routine one for her, but then we wouldn't have got the Zara Shaw story. Before she should have scored, she had that one, which was a more difficult opportunity. Still a fairly presentable one, in truth. Getting tight for offside, that's what Charlton were appealing for. O'Sullivan had just found a bit of space inside the 6-yard box. This was the one that really should have been a goal. Ball arrowed forward into the left channel. Capox did well to keep it in. It ended in a Liverpool free kick. And they would take that quickly, and Charlton were not prepared for them to do so. Muya was still protesting at the award of it. And all of a sudden the game was back underway. Nagano's ball, and then the cross came in. O'Sullivan and Chillad getting in each other's way, and then O'Sullivan transpiring to miss, and it looked easier to score. Really ought to have been 1-0 at that point. Into the second half, and more opportunities coming and going for Liverpool. A lot of them half chances, truth be told. Martha Thomas just unable to make the connection there. And it's definitely added something to Liverpool's attack. Plenty of corners. Clark trying to score what would have been an incredible volley. She would come even closer than this in extra time.
Thank you for your magnificent support this afternoon. The players attendance, we hope for a women's game at the Valley in over 20 years.
Thomas may be wondering how she didn't get a goal in this game. She had lots of opportunities in her time on the pitch. This was a massive chance in injury time of normal time. Just before we went into the extra 30 minutes. Never truly looked like worrying Whitehouse with it though. And then into extra time we went. And it was always Liverpool who were looking the more likely to score in that period. Bernabé almost with a wonder goal on the volley there. Difficult skill this, almost turned it in. A couple of inches the wrong side of the post as far as she and Liverpool are concerned. Charlton really up against it in that extra time period. I feel like it was Liverpool who were going to get the job done. Lovely first touch there from Beata Olsen, and the finish wasn't that far wide either. Good hit from Olsen, another who'd come off the bench, Liverpool's top scorer. But the final say went to Zara Shaw, and what a story this is. Jenna Clark hitting the post and then hitting the crossbar from the corner. Charlton thought they'd got it away, but Shaw had other ideas. A year out because of injury, and that would have been a dark time for her, I'm sure. Well, some lightness on her return. She sends Liverpool, the Scouser sends Liverpool into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. A sickener for Charlton, but a story and a half for Shaw and for Liverpool. Just couldn't get the decisive touch, could they, Charlton? Whitehouse was scrambling. It's a really clever finish from Shaw, and that was what settled the quarter-final. This is how it finished. Look at that. You can't say Liverpool weren't worthy winners, can you? 75% possession and 25 shots at goal. Might be in for shooting practice though when they get back from their break. And only 4 of their 25 efforts on target in the end, dominant in pretty much all of those metrics. And they will feel that they've got a chance of going one step further than they managed last year when they lost in the semi-final. They're in the hat for the draw, which takes place tomorrow after Birmingham have played Manchester City and Chelsea have played Spurs. But it's Liverpool who are in to the semi-final, and it's Zara Shaw's day. Thanks for your company today. It was a mammoth match in the end, but Liverpool don't care about that now. Heartbreak for Charlton. Liverpool through to the semi-finals. Final score after extra time at the Valley in this Adobe Women's FA Cup quarter-final was Charlton Athletic 0, Liverpool 1, and we'll catch up with you again soon.